Hello, hello. Welcome to office hours. Going to remove this so we can see our faces.
Hey.
Hey.
We have Eric again as a guest, which we're really excited about. He did such a great job, so I'm glad that we were able to convince him to come back again. And then, as always, Omar and myself are here. Really excited that you're all joining us. Hopefully, it's a beautiful Wednesday wherever you're at. So I would love to hear in the comments where everyone's tuning in from. Maybe something fun you have going on later today. That'd be fun to hear. And then we'll be getting started shortly.
Super exciting.
Yes, I'm really excited about this topic today. We're doing a whole focus on mobile optimization and building on mobile. If you've been with Leadpages a long time, and Eric can agree with this, it was very hard to edit in mobile before all the updates. And so making it easier, especially when everyone's on the go. And if you want to make a quick edit, you want to be able to do so instantly instead of waiting or having to go grab your computer. And we want to optimize for mobile as well, because most people are on their mobile devices and they're looking at your content and your ads on there. So super excited about this topic.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a platform that does mobile app for like a web building efficiently on mobile. And so like it's always been a challenging problem to solve for sure.
Yes. I see some Katie's from San Diego. You're probably enjoying beautiful weather right now, and in Oregon and Victoria. These are all really, really beautiful areas. So, Eric and I are in Minneapolis right now, so it is nice. It's summer, so we can't complain. Omar, how's it in England right now?
UK is a bit warm actually, but it's warm and still a bit wet. It's been drizzling and raining lately, but yeah, not bad weather.
Oh, Janet mentioned the presentation froze. Did anyone else have that issue? I want to make sure that everyone's able to see us okay.
I'm not seeing that myself right now, but
Okay, good. Let us know.
Maybe a refresh. Let us know, yeah, if you're having trouble.
A couple BC people. All right, Omar, whenever you're ready, I'm going to, we can get started.
Sure. And yeah, for this session, as always, we're going to keep it super casual. If you've got any questions for Eric, myself, or Stacy, fire them in the chat. We're here to answer all of your questions, hear out sort of any of your suggestions. If you have any particular features that you'd love to see on Leadpages, then we're happy to take those ideas in and discuss them. And so I'm just going to kind of look. This is my first, like I'm doing this. This is like my first run doing this, so. I just thought it would sort of challenge myself to give it a go. And yeah, I've been trying to get my setup to work. Let's see if I can do it this way. I'd love to kind of do it like proper warrior mode and do an actual mobile presentation. And so let me see if I can get it to work that way. If not, I'll just do a screen share in my browser. It's the same experience on the browser. If you squeeze the browser, you essentially get the mobile version of Leadpages. We don't have a mobile app just yet, so let's see if that actually works. It's upside down, so no, I don't think I can actually do that this way. Is that the right way? Yeah. Let's try the browser. We'll switch to the browser.
We're all friends here. We know the casual vibes at office hours. So yes, ask away in the comments.
Let me switch to this. Okay, yeah, I think this is probably a better approach. And I shall turn this over to which one? Settings, camera.
Omar, you're very ambitious here, so I appreciate you doing this on mobile. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do this. So,
well, it's a mobile app challenge for a reason. I wanted to prove that I've done it a couple of times, and it always works out pretty well. But it's always nerve-wracking to try something completely fresh, like in this session. So let's give it a go. Coming to Leadpages dashboard, it's fully responsive. You can find all of your everything that you essentially look for, you need to find, you would want to find in your homepage. And as you scroll down, you've got a collapsible menu, so you can get to any of the pages within the dashboard. So we're going to create. I kind of tease something that's coming up.
Yeah, Omar, what's that? What is that?
What is that? Yeah. We'll see if we can talk about that later. But we'll go.
That's why you come to office hours. You never know what you're going to find out.
Right. So I had this idea for a prompt. I'm going to voice it in. Build a landing page for my 5 a.m. morning club. Give it a dark and I guess what's the word I'm looking for? That makes something feel rugged. Rugged, I guess. Do you have any words, folks? Anything that makes it feel gritty? That's what I'm looking for.
Gritty.
Gritty. Yeah. And look at that. We have this, all the filler words in the prompt. I have to cut that out. So dark and gritty. Perfect. Let's hit that in. I'm going to set this to brand unaware. And we're going to hit enter. Page Gen 2. Eric, do you have anything to say about the new page gen for everyone watching?
Yeah. If people have been using the platform over the last couple of months that it's been around, we've revamped the creation flow here. So you're going to see a lot more information about what's happening behind the scenes and how we're creating the page. And it's also going to give a lot more variety in the styling of the page, and a lot more variety in multiple generations of the same type of prompt, etc. So you'll see a lot more creative design and more creative fonts, etc. So we're really excited for folks to get their hands on this.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. I took it for a test run a couple of times today. I'm really impressed with the results that we're getting from this. But I really particularly like the experience, sort of mid-generation, where you're actually getting a preview of what's coming.
Yeah.
And so like we have this wireframe view, and I feel like we almost can get an early look at what's about to come. Color-wise, structure. Because of the wireframe, we might not get a good grip of like the typography at this stage. And then we've got this cool piece here where we can see the agent actually working on the code. That's pretty cool. Ooh, look at that.
I love how the images flow in. And it's just giving a lot more creative design touch on the output as well.
Look at that. All right, we're going to scroll down here, folks, and see this result. It's pretty fast for a result. I'm impressed. Like I didn't expect it to be that quick. Wow. Okay, yeah. So dark and gritty is right in this one. We're going for this sort of glitch futurism style. And then we have all the images that are definitely on brand. I love how on brand the imagery is. Like if you look at the page, there's no mismatch between those two types of assets that you're getting, which is super cool.
Yeah, I love how some of those gradient colors are leaking into the images too.
Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, the cool thing about this is you can also one tap and go into full size. Remember, if I was using my mobile device, there's nothing different from this experience. I did it a couple of times a day, and it's literally the same experience, except you're tapping along versus clicking and scrolling in a mouse. So same sort of mobile rules apply to interact with the platform. But there you have it. Like you've got the animations, you've got a full-on preview here, and I feel like we reached the aha moment fairly quickly. We'll go into the editor to spend
I love the animations on some of those buttons. That's great.
Right? Yeah.
It's
awesome.
right in the thumb, like when you're scrolling too, it's like right where your thumbs are too. So it makes it really easy for someone to opt in.
Yeah,
exactly. And this is something I've noticed with pretty much every generation I've ran through since the model improvements, is that we're the mobile responsiveness is always on point, and so like you might have on the desktop a larger title, larger nav, and then you go to the mobile breakpoint and either collapse those in autonomously, which is very convenient. And yeah, fully responsive. We've got a nice little timer.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love, pointing out the elements here. One of the things that came up on social this week that is important to note about this as well, and you can see it in this page, is everything is meant to be optimized, right? So like we're taking it upon ourselves to make sure that the page that's generated is optimizing for whatever you are looking to optimize. So whatever conversion goal you have, that's what it's leading to. So no need to kind of train the agent on what is good for conversion. As you can see, like it knows that on a mobile device, you want to make sure that CTA is clear and accessible right away at the top.
Yeah, you got the sticky one at the top. It's always there. You can't miss that.
Yeah.
Go just to your point, Eric. What I noticed as well is even if you're out of ideas as far as like if you wanted to do a lead gen campaign, a lead magnet, let's say landing page, you just perhaps you might not have an idea what that lead magnet could be, but you can just go ahead and generate a lead magnet concept page for your brand, and it will come up with the concept itself, right? It could be some sort of form of ebook, and then so that kind of gives you the inspiration, then take that effort forwards and build the actual asset if you want, which I find particularly useful.
Yeah, it's always important for us to as marketers to like take a step back and to at times get inspiration as far as like what is that singular action that I want the visitor to take, because these days so many things are telling us like you should include this information on your page, and you should include this and that, and all of that information is, while it might be helpful, it might be detracting your visitor away from that common conversion goal that you want them to take. So having an agent create that page and kind of spark that idea of like, yeah, what is that singular CTA that I want on my landing page is super important.
Yeah, no, a lot of the thinking is just lifted from you, which is really, really helpful for sure. I'm going to dig into the tooling now very quickly. One thing I just wanted to point out is when you're on the mobile experience, there's going to be some differences of where things normally are. I'm pretty sure you're not going to have a hard time finding what you're looking for. Logo menus is pushed to the top left. So these are your file menu items. Of course, you're not going to be digging into this too much of the time, but if you wanted to exit to the dashboard, it's a one click from here. You've got your undo, redo, and let me take this off. Undo, redo, and then you have your export or domain settings, your publishing settings, essentially. One click to publish, and then your toolbars at the bottom. Add menu. In the mobile, this is a particularly awesome experience, is that, again, going back to mobile interaction, you would just sort of slide your thumb up with this little handle over here. It will push it up to give you more space. I won't be able to do it on desktop, but it does work in mobile. And then going to brand kit, same thing here. So all these panels essentially should be draggable on mobile. And yeah, I have tested that myself. It works like a charm. And so yeah, everything you're looking for in the toolbar. Let's go ahead and play around with just raw editing. I'm going to first take it to the agent. Clean up in the toolbar, the agent chats as well. There was a recent, Eric, do you want to take us through the screenshot that we recently launched? We've got.
Yeah, this is a huge unlock, and I want to make sure that people don't miss out on this. And so I'm going to try to find ways to make sure that those who are getting into the app are notified that this is there. This is an incredibly useful tool when talking to the agent, and that's a screenshot tool. And you don't have to have any extra software or anything like that. We will take care of it. you can take a picture of your viewport, so meaning like the entire landscape of your viewport on your desktop or on your mobile device, etc. Or you can click region and you can select the region of the page that you want to take a screenshot of. What is helpful about that for the agent is the agent itself has the context of all of the information that's on the page, but it's not seeing exactly what you're seeing. So it can render all of that HTML together, and it can comprehend what that might look like. However, the screenshot is super helpful for the agent to be able to see exactly what you're seeing and be able to troubleshoot with you if you're not seeing something that's quite right.
Yeah.
And it's good for focus state as well. So if you just want it to focus on a certain area of the page, great, useful tool to be able to select that small region of the page and say, I want you to change the button here, and include that screenshot.
There's a recent feature I was curious to see how it would work in mobile, and did manage to pick up the viewport shot that you mentioned, Eric.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. And just to kind of add to your point, as in I've often found, even with the select tool, if you just give it that little bit extra context of being very specific via the screenshot, it helps the agent just really nail it, right? So
totally. Yeah,
definitely recommend doing that. I've always used that in my work.
Like great, standard practice whenever you're even speaking to your LLM as well. So like not just in Leadpages, but like anywhere that you're in there,
right,
in that LLM world, do that. Send screenshots, send references like that.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to hear from the audience. How have you found editing in general, not in mobile particularly, but how's the agent been working for you? Has it nailed every ask that you've asked of it so far? Have you found any gaps? And we're open to hearing that too, because we're always on this journey to improve it. So love to hear from everyone here. I'm going to go into the next part of this. I'm going to skip from the screenshot, and I'll just give it a very broad prompt. Again, this is just me being bold and trying to really bottleneck the tool. Okay, so I'm going to say, let's make this light theme. Let's make this light theme. All right, let's hit it. And I don't recommend this, by the way. If like, it'd be probably better if you're, on your first generation, you have a good idea what you're trying to get. But this is just to show off the agent. And there we go. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Nailed it. So this is one thing I noticed is like when you ask for these big asks, you might have to kind of come back here. And it's okay because like we've got the manual editing, so those few elements that requires that tweak, you can always go and select hands-on just through the, again, in mobile will be tap. One thing to note in mobile, we've made these toolbars much bigger so that it's easier to tap. Again, standard practice for mobile responsive interaction and mobile apps generally. And yeah, from here, you can go into the edit, inspect the tooling, and we can take this text. Wait a minute, I've got the div selected. Let me go into the text. There we go. So here's the text. There we have it. And we can just go ahead and start to customize those. But of course, if you want to work with the agent, you can do that too. Just to select the particular section, ask it to correct it, right? So
yeah. One thing, first thing that comes to my mind here is like, if this were me, I would likely go to the agent, take a screenshot of this region, and I'd say like, why didn't this one change?
Yeah.
And
why?
and it will take care of it for you. As long as you give it that context and you give it the specific screenshot, it will respond to that much better than, for example, if you were to go to the agent and just say like, there's one section that has a dark background, or something like that, or like there's one section where the text is not clear. That's harder. It will try to find that spot. but even quicker and easier for it to grab onto that section by including that screenshot.
Yeah, let's give it a go. I'm gonna take a screenshot and take it for a test run. Again, we are bottlenecking it when we say we're doing, because we're doing it on mobile particularly. Let's try and see if the region works, and let's see. Hopefully this works. No, I didn't get the right shot. It's okay. I can do my native screenshot here. So again, mobile is it always sort of carries over the latest features last. So it's not our main use case, of course, but we'll see this
I'll take a look at that
functionality
one.
improve. Yeah. And let's go ahead and prompt this in. So I'm going to say, so this section at the bottom has black text. Why did you do this? And could you correct it, please? Probably a bit more interrogational, if that's the word.
Let's see what it did.
Yeah. But I just wanted to point out that I said this very early on, and I do actually mean it, is that I have poked around a lot of these agentic tools, whether it's vibe coding or just sort of vibe, any of these vibe creation tools, essentially, agentic creation tools. And on mobile, you don't have this much functionality packed in a mobile experience. And so that's something I'm really proud of that the team has managed to pull off is typically you would see a chat, an agentic chat, and just talk to the agent and make those iterations is easy enough to build into a mobile first experience. But we've also got the ad menu, we've also got the brand kit, we've also got insights and optimize, and you can select any of these elements and bring out the inspected tooling. Like, yeah, come on, guys, that's that's a lot. and it works. It works really, really nicely. So something that I wanted to say. Cool.
That looks great too. Did a great job.
It did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it corrected that part, that particular section I took a screenshot of.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So yeah, I will try one more concept while we're here, and yeah, we've got a lot of time to kill today, of course. So keep it coming, folks. Questions, thoughts, improvements.
Yeah, if you have a page that you want to be seen on mobile as well, maybe just type in a use case in there, and then Omar can do that as well. Yeah.
In fact, I'll wait around for that. And meanwhile, Eric, is there anything that you want to share until we get some more?
I've got a list here. Just I kind of, for anybody who's interested in, since the last time that we chatted, I just wanted to indicate some of the things that we shipped and fixed. Some of the bigger things to call out. We did a really big overhaul of the blog functionality, so make sure to go check that out. Blogs are live. You can go ahead and create blogs from within Leadpages now.
Let me share that. I'll get it out as well as you're saying it.
Yeah.
Let me present. Yeah. No, this is super exciting.
Beautiful. Yeah. So there's blog functionality in there now to build out posts and build out your grid, build out your post template. Super easy to use. Some of them are templatized for you. You can also prompt to create your blog feed and your post template. So make sure to check that out. The other thing that we released is three new integrations. One with Drip, one with GetResponse, one with Aweber, common CRMs for you to get connected to. The other thing that's really exciting is we released some agency functionality. So if you are growing your business and you are in the agency world, on the scale plan, you will now be able to operate within workspaces. And the scale plan will come with some workspaces for you. And those workspaces will bubble up to your parent organization credits and your billing, et cetera. You as an owner of the org will be able to log into all of them, but the team members inside of those workspaces will only have access to that one singular workspace unless you add them as a member of the other. And so really big unlock there for you to be able to share your resources and operate as an agency within Leadpages, and have those extra workspaces. So those will also be available for purchase one-off if you'd like to add a workspace, etc. The page generation V2 that we've been calling it internally, you saw that earlier from Omar as he was starting. That's that brief that shows up, and just the initial creation is a lot more creative, a lot more it's a lot more unique each time that you do it. So big improvements there. We made a bunch of improvements inside of the editor. We did some inspector panel redesign. So like when you open up the settings of an element, you'll see some more options there. You'll also be able to easily change out background images on pages. So we were seeing some folks struggling with that. If you're looking to change the background of a section, you can do that. There's an image object position picker now. So when you're looking to change the position of an image that's on your page, it's a little bit easier to just select from a grid inside of there. And then we made some great improvements to some issues that we were seeing with page duplication. There's some more interesting fonts that have been implemented in there. And then we're also improving some SEO and social sharing metadata issues that we were seeing. So those are cleaned up as well. Yeah, lots more to come. The list is long, but those are the highlights.
Awesome. Yeah. When you said SEO improvements, I guess all of that lives here at the page level, right?
All of that, yeah, all of that content lives within your assets and within your settings there, inside of the page. What we were seeing was just that at times when folks would put in that SEO or social data, it sometimes wasn't taking or it wasn't being picked up, etc. So those improvements have been made.
Super cool. Really awesome. I was trying to keep up with all those features as you were talking about them, and I think I did a terrible job kind of displaying them on screen. So I'm just kind of going to backtrack through a couple of them. We do have this page being generated. We did do this,
Beautiful,
of course,
yeah.
earlier on the mobile responsive, but I thought it's worth showing in sort of the full screen in all its glory. And so we can see the palette come up, and again, same experience that you saw on mobile, except just more surface area. And I got a much more interesting, quirky version of this page that I asked it to generate, so we can again go full size. But you can see that, depending on what you prompt, you can get some wacky results. This is my prompt, by the way. This is like, I told it to go a bit wild card on this last one, and it came up with this. The vibe I was going for is rise and shine, airy. And so you can see that it's trying to match that. And so it's interesting how one concept can be interpreted in many ways. We did like the gritty version, we did the fun and sort of airy rise and shine style. And I'm sure there's so many different ways to approach a 5 a.m. club. But no, I love it. And yeah, going back to mobile, I don't know if anyone came back with a suggestion.
No suggestion, but there is a question, so I'm going to put that on the screen about Shopify. On your screen share list of integrations, I see Shopify, but in my account integrations, when I search Shopify, it's not there. Is Shopify integration upgrade feature?
Good question. That is still coming.
So you get sneak peeks here.
Yeah.
On office hours. But yeah, put your use cases in as well so we can demonstrate something. If you want to do a use case, Omar, I was thinking about just going off the 5 a.m. club. I was thinking about, I have a friend who owns a coffee shop, and she was talking about running some ads on her, she's doing like a coffee and yoga day.
Okay.
So could you do like an ad on a coffee yoga day?
Oh, do you say ads? We're gonna roll out
Yeah,
ads.
she was like, it was like a landing, no, not in the ads, but
Oh,
landing
okay,
page,
sorry.
landing
Yes,
page for her ads. She's
I was
about to
gonna
run
say
it.
this is a special sneak peek. We can probably. I mean, Eric, can we tease that today? What do you think?
I say, yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's do
Perfect.
it. So let's start with the concept of the page. It's always good to build your ads from a page. I think is the right sort of workflow. Is you build the ads based on the context of the page, right? But do you have any? I love to always plug in URLs for better context. Stacey, do you have any like sort of resources from that concept? Does she
Yes.
have a page already?
She has a website. She doesn't have a page already. She was just talking about it. But it's called Sunbean Coffee. Very cute name. Let me pull up her.
Sunbeam Coffee.
Yeah, let me give you the
Yeah.
URL.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the comments. So everyone, if you're in Minneapolis and if you want some coffee, she has a great
Head
shop.
over to Sunbeam Coffee.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, let me try plug that in. How do I actually copy the message? Okay, let me try just do it over here. Sunbeam Coffee. MN. Oh, Minneapolis.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it stands for. There's a lot of URLs in Minneapolis happen to have the MN at the end.
No, I don't know. Maybe there's probably another coffee shop out there with the name Sunbean, I'm assuming.
Okay, that's curious. Okay, cool. We got some assets here. So I just wanted to show everyone what the page actually looks like. You can see there's a lot going on. You've got some initial ideas for it to bounce off. Imagery is always a good one to get context from. Core colors, possibly typography if that's important to them. But we'll roll with this. So we'll take this into our prompt. We'll put it in there. We'll say, in fact, I'll go with the pre-made prompt. We'll just go with landing page. What's she looking to do? What's her goal again?
She's doing a summer morning coffee yoga collab. I can't remember the yoga studio she's collabing with, but she's collabing with a local yoga studio, and they're doing
the signups, I guess, right?
Yeah, signups. Yeah.
Cool. So let's do collect leads. Yep. And the offer is yoga on Sundays, hosted by. Right? Is that the best? Is that
yes, hosted? Yeah. Yep.
Give that a shot. I could have given more context to that prompt. It's very vague, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, if you need more
Offers
context.
yoga on Sundays.
Yoga on Sunday.
I've been catching myself lately just being lazier and lazier with my prompts. So just giving the agent all of the thinking.
Make it work a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Do its job. So off the bat, we can see that it's pulled in Danson script, which was the font that I definitely identified on the page, and that's sort of their hierarchy as their main font, and then the secondary font is or primary font rather, and the secondary font is Quicksand. So common kind of approach with typography is you always have a stylistic font, or not necessarily always, but if you did have something that's quite stylistic, it'll typically be your primary, and then you want to go safe with your secondary, like sans serif or serif, but you don't have to know all of this because the agent has got you covered. I'm just being a designer and sharing my knowledge for no reason, apparently.
Not for no reason. I'm enjoying it. I'm hopefully everyone else is too.
Cool, good. I'm glad, Stacey. Thank you. Okay, so we look like it's pulling images. Oh, this is image generation. So nice. I love it looks like a very sort of 20s style, like 30s, 40s style poster-esque. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So there was a little bit of a glitch in pulling the image. That could be with the scraping of the particular website. Sometimes that can happen, but we've got our layouts in, and some of the images have come through. Yeah, this is an interesting result. Let's see it open in a page. There we have it. So yeah, I think the page in this scenario could have affected the results. So that's one thing, is that when you're plugging in pages, you may get unpredictable results. But overall, we've got a layout here to work with. So let's have a look here.
Pulled some images. That's her husband, so it pulled in some real images.
Yeah, I did. Some of these are, yeah, of course, from the site. I think there might be some generative ones down below. But yeah, was this from the site? I can't remember. Like this one over here.
I don't believe so. But yeah, she hasn't updated her site in a while, so we're pulling from some outdated sites.
Cool. And let's give a shot on the ads. We're at 37, so we've got a bit of time to kill. So quite a bit of time to kill. So we'll go ahead and a couple of things I guess I wanted to mention on sites. I don't know if we actually have this in yet. Let me take a look. Oh yes, we do. Eric, did you mention this in your breakdown earlier?
I didn't. That didn't show up in my review. So yeah.
No worries. I think something that is going to be very useful for everyone is being able to build sites with a consistent header and footer, and not have to worry about editing it on one page and that not carrying over. So that's why we have navigation components. We have headers and footers over here. The way it works is really simple. You build a page, you add it to your site, and the header will automatically be detected as an actual header. So if I go to, let's say, this page, let's try this one. Or wait a minute, let me try, I've got one here. Looking for one with a header, a decent enough header. Yeah, there we go. I think that has a full menu. Oh, that's okay. I was looking for one with full menu. But you'll notice that your headers are now semantically as in color coded to purple, just to identify that it is a header. And similarly, you'll find the same with forms. You do have this amber to denote, or orange to denote a form. So it's just clearer for you to find what you're looking for. But going into the nav, essentially, once you build out your nav and then you assign it to a site, let me see if I can, I can't assign it from here. I'll have to go to here. Actually, let's go to pages, take the page. Where was that page? Yeah, this one here we were looking at. We'll add it to a new site. Yep. And yeah, we'll call it Lushscapes. And now this is inside of a site. We can go in here. We can find the header, and we can use this button over here. Ooh, couldn't find the header on this page capture. So this one, it might have been an older page, so it's kind of trying to use the old code. So it's not, but essentially what this would do is you would click this when you generate a new page, and that would then add it as a header component. And the same for the footer as well. If you do it over here, if you have a footer, I don't have a footer on this page, it would apply the same. And then once you have those two pieces in, you would essentially find those assets over here. So, and equally, you can also have multiple headers, site headers. So if you have, for example, a landing page, a sales page that's separate from your website, and perhaps your sales page has a completely different nav, like a counter and a CTA, or a single CTA. You could do that. If you want something more complex, like a full site nav with tons of menu items to find what they're looking for across the entire site through multiple pages, you could do that too. So there's lots of flexibility with this approach. Yeah, so I thought I'll just quickly cover that. And let's try generate an ad. I'll try to, does anyone have an e-commerce page by any chance?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Let's see if I've got
Janet
one.
brought up help in making it into a landing page for an opt-in gift following a talk she's doing. She also said she's enjoying us as well.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. No, block my leads. Data privacy. Let me go. Let me think of a. Oh, so this is the same site. People in the team are going to make fun of me for this because I always use this site, and then folks of the team were theorizing that I was affiliated with the company, which I'm not.
Maybe you should be.
Maybe I should be. I'm going to use this page as an example. Oh, where are we in the ads menu? Yeah. So create ad. Great. So again, same approach where making everything familiar from a creation standpoint. I'm going to wire in a prompt here. We'll plug in the URL. So build an ad set for this keyboard product. And I think we can pick the platforms from here. It's a very early look, folks, right? And we're really excited about this. And just to note, the AI modeling is still very early too. So it might do something completely ridiculous, and that's okay because we're very confident in where we're taking it. So let's try this out. Cool. So we got a, you know what? Let me just pick another keyboard. Yeah, this might be a good one. There we have it. Let's hit generate. Wait a minute, did I do that in create page? Oops, let me do that here. Oh no, it is over here, my bad. Okay, let me try that again.
They should all use kind of the same mechanism.
Say again?
Yeah, they should have like all the same mechanism.
Right. I think a small improvement that we can do here is make sure the ad menu item is highlighted. So we'll probably do that soon, just to make it clear for everyone where they are.
Yeah, this is super exciting to expand sort of the ability. You know, Omar mentioned this earlier about you know, not only does the tool build pages, but we've got so many other things kind of stacked on top of it in the optimize and the experiments and the insights. And now expanding into ad creation is really a big unlock for us.
For sure. I guess it completes the full cycle, right? They got everything in your marketing stack. If you need to, and the exciting part of this is we'll be integrating it with your ad platforms too. So
yeah,
it's going to be powerful. And yeah, you know, the analytics is going to be invaluable because you have everything in one place, from your ad data to your landing page data, and so that insight is going to be a game changer. So again, as mentioned, early days. This is behind admin for just team members only, and so you can see the modeling is still not picking up the colors from the page itself, but it seems like it's scraped the content, so it knows, it's aware that it's a keyboard product. Let's see where it takes us.
And then when you're done with this, Janet has a prompt for you to test.
Oh, fire away. We'll give it a go. So that's the prompt?
Yes.
Let's see. I might have to. I wonder if we can paste the prompt as an image in the agent. And again, I'm always trying to push the bar here.
That's what office hours are for.
I hope I don't embarrass myself here. But
it looks like she's having trouble pasting it into the comments here.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's in the comment. It's just that. Is it not that one? Like the.
It is, but not long enough. She has a longer. Maybe you just provide your URL. That might help. Then we can prompt from there. She has a Word doc with more of the content.
Oh yeah, she could email it to me. Let's see. You can go ahead and email it to me, and I can bring it over.
Let's see what we're got. Oh, there we go. Here's the
Cool.
ad sets. Wow, that's cool. That is super cool. Once this is really truly pulling in product imagery and actual colors, you can imagine how powerful this is going to be. But essentially, this is the experience, right? You have individual ad sets. You can click select. You can switch specific ad sets off so it doesn't get published into your various ad platforms. You can download the asset as images. We're also gonna aim for bringing in video as well, video creative too, and video generation. And you've got all your different sizes. If you want to expand on specific sizes, just go to the add menu and pick different formats so you can add. And the way it works as far as like building out or customizing is again, agent first, which is, again, you can see is wiring up next. So we're waiting for that from the engineering team. But every set is linked together. So if I start to play around with this title, so every shortcut, one tap, exclamation mark, you can see that carries over in that whole ad set.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then same thing. So colors, I think certain properties are unlinked. It's mainly the content that we wanted to keep linked. And the reason being is, every size has different practices. So you can see in like the story size, they've gone with this approach or iteration where it's like a full image and text background, text later on full image. But the tooling is going to be familiar. You got, whatever you're using in your page builder is essentially in the ad builder, right? So familiar territory as far as editing is concerned, just click the inspector tooling. You could go into each ad and call out the layers panel and get more fidelity and control over here. Again, wow. One click to reorder. So it's using HTML, or rather like responsive code to lay out your ads, which is, just keep these very clean layouts. But if you want to do something very freeform, then you can do that too by simply selecting those containers, and you just go to layout and switch your positioning to absolute. It's already switched to absolute actually, so we can actually technically should be able to move. Okay, so that's still in progress. We should be able to move these elements soon, but the team is working on that. Let's see what we've got here. I'm discovering things live in front of you, everyone. So, there you go. So that's what absolute would do. You just, if you wanted that full free form experience, you could do that.
Sure.
Move things around.
Amazing.
Yeah.
From an organization standpoint, it's like so nice to have when you're thinking about ad campaigns and you want to think about, okay, what landing page did we use? What ad creatives did we use? You can just go into Leadpages and you have everything, which is super nice.
Exactly.
Omar, I sent over Janet's prompt if you want to give it a
nice.
spin.
Yeah, where is that? Is that in Slack or?
Slack, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna hit this in page creation.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Ooh, that is a big prompt. Let's try it. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, let's go.
I'm excited to see it come to life. It's good to be specific too, so it's good to have a nice long prompt.
Yeah, I think one thing that's always going to be helpful in this too will be I love, Janet said, like, I have a doc that I've got this, like, the more context you can give it about the business or the offer is great. there's the opportunity to add imagery, links, obviously, and those will help sort of brand it to your brand. And if you don't have that, that's okay too. That's where the agent will kind of fill in for you and give you that sort of inspiration. However, a lot of brands out there or businesses out there have an established brand or sort of a style kit that they're looking to use, and so if it's not quite looking like something that aligns with your brand, you can always include that in the prompt. You can include images, screenshots, URLs, things like that to give it that context.
I like to think of it. Oh, nice. I like to think of it as it's just like if you were working with a human, you probably wouldn't just be like, build this landing page XYZ, and they would probably also look at you like, huh? So it's nice to give the AI also.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
The other thing, and we'll have to look at it after we see what it does here, is we have the option to choose styles as well. I don't know if I saw that in your prompting, Omar.
So yeah, I didn't actually add a style. No, Eric. Let's give that a go. Actually, I would love to try that too. But we've got a version of it here.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Let's have a look. So yeah, we've got very earthy style for sure.
Yeah.
Let's pull in some of these imagery. So it's got that, yeah, very.
Now,
very
whether or not that looks like you, Janet, you'll have to be the judge of that.
Right. I'd love to give that another shot as well with styles, because maybe we can try something very particular as far as style. Is there anything mentioned in the prompt as far as styles? Do we see? Let's see.
I don't think so. Anything specific, but
okay.
What we could do is just include that choose style and then create and and choose one.
Yes, my first run actually with this. It's very recent that this was with Gen 2 that we launched this, Eric.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here's where, if you wanted to get a little bit more specific and you wanted to become, if you wanted to kind of turn the knobs yourself a little bit, you could toggle on that choose styles, and then you get these options. So underneath each one of those, under aesthetic, etc., you'll be able to change sort of the aesthetic that the agent thought would be the best for your context or for your business.
Wow.
So you can choose from different aesthetics, you can choose different styles, etc. So again, really helpful and inspirational for a brand or a business that's just starting, where you might feel like, oh, this offer is a little bit different. I want it to feel different. I want it to look different. Lots of different inspiration here under aesthetic and typography and color mooding and things like that.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Y2K Chrome Maximalism.
Okay.
I'll give that a shot. I don't know if that's your vibe, Janet, but I'm going to take a risk here. If you want for me to pause, like I'm more than happy to, but I'll be going with this for now. Yeah, I just wanted to point out, this is how fast we are building, because as you notice, I haven't yet. And literally this was shipped very recently. And as everyone who's been here before would know, that we didn't have this in our previous office hours, right? So it goes to show, yeah, how quick things are moving along. Let's see, we got this super bold text over here. I almost feel like what the style aesthetic looks like would be more on a serif theme, or like a serif text, like something like this.
She mentioned, Janet, sorry to interrupt. She mentioned Japanese minimalism might work.
Oh, let's go with that. So it's not Swiss grid. It was Japanese minimalism. I saw that somewhere in here. Let's have a look. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Nice. She says light, clean, airy, sans serif. Yeah. What's cool about that, what I love about that, and I don't know if you're just trying to like, make us feel good, Janet, is that's the one that the agent chose first.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you feel that is the one you would have chosen because that's the one that the agent chose as well originally. But
Right.
yeah,
And then if she mentioned light and airy, then we could probably go with something that
yeah.
reflects that. The color wise, we have Midnight Library, but what do you think, Janet? Do you want to go with the muted pastels? And we can make this our last generation before we conclude.
Ooh, I kind of like that. What was that deserty? What was up there? Desert something?
Higher? Ooh, that Desert
Desert
Dusk.
dusk? I'd be
Yeah,
curious to do that. Yeah.
that's nice. Let's go for it. And then layout. So I love the curation here. There's so much to pick from. And now it really feels like you're participating in the choices. Yeah, we'll
Cool.
go with centered single column. That looks pretty common. And then
And again, for anyone who's on the call, like you don't have to fill all these out. You don't even have to toggle choose styles like we did.
okay,
But it's cool to be able to have that sort of control if you're looking for it. And you also don't have to select all of these and choose one. You can keep the default there if you or the one that the agent chose for you and just adjust animation or just adjust typography. So it's an option.
I love the option of selecting the animation because you get a glimpse of the style. It's something that you often don't choose in a lot of generative tools.
Yeah.
And we get to visualize it here. So I quite like this is you have refined, but layered fade up is just a touch smoother and delayed almost. I feel like it'll be a bit more dramatic and calm yet dramatic. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and generate. We're 2 minutes away from the hour, which is when we typically conclude.
Beautiful. Thanks, Janet, for offering up your prompt.
Yeah. It's always good to have folks participating is what we're always hoping for in these sessions.
Yeah, so if you want one for next session, make sure keep your prompt ready. So for next session, we can get to it.
And Stacy, we did say I think we've said this before to folks is that if anyone has a suggestion, we could potentially consider it in our next build before. As you notice how fast we're moving, going back to that. And if the suggestion is relevant to our goals, then we're happy to consider it and make put some effort into building it out for next time we're around. So yeah, feel free to drop your suggestions in the chat as far as like what you're looking for feature-wise, improvements, anything that you'd like to see in Leadpages.
Yes, please. Especially we have Eric here, so you're getting a direct line.
Yeah. So again, wireframe, it's cool that, we went for Japanese minimalism and almost get this Sakura sort of aesthetic to the interpretation of this. Is almost pink-like because I know we went for desert, but it almost derives a little bit of pink tones, which makes it feel almost a bit more Japanese, which is nice. Cool, look at that. Yeah, very classy. All right, I'm excited to see this, actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a lovely page. I love this little guy over here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the formatting of that too. That's great.
Yep. Gorgeous.
Wow. Beautiful.
Pretty. And this is pure image gen that we're seeing here.
Yes. Yeah.
And you got a fantastic placeholder for your headshot.
Janet.
Yeah, no, there's lots to say about this page that we generated. I'm quite happy with this. Is the progression. Something I always love to see in a good landing page is a breakup of colors. You know, it's very easy to stick with one background color throughout. It's harder to make clever choices from section to section, keeping it fresh as you move across, and then always a nice standout color towards the end to kind of wake up your brain a little bit and stay engaged, stay hooked. Big bold final CTA section. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks again. That's awesome.
Right, wonderful. Well, thank you all, and thank you, Janet. Could we, Omar, Eric, since you have our email, maybe we can send over what we ended up creating. Then
We can. Yeah, we can share
Yeah.
that over, so you can open it up in Leadpages.
All right, we'll send that out. And then everyone else, feel free to reach out to us. Let us know how you thought about office hours. If you have any topics you want us to cover for next time, we always love to hear that as well. See
Cool.
you all at the next session.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.